Alright guys, it is time to move on to the next country. So saying bye to this hotel room I stayed at with Luke. Luke just took off. He's going to be exploring more of Iraq, and I am heading over to Beirut at the moment. So yalla, let's go. We're gonna check out this place. Probably need the key, not a bad idea. And that's a day. Alright, it is time to get a taxi here. Let's see if I can locate one. Maybe we'll try going up this way. See if we can get a taxi down on the main road. Yeah, I will say guys, traveling during the pandemic, the biggest thing is like when you arrive to these cities, or when you're departing these cities, I should say, it's finding a COVID test that can be a bit of a challenge. But the good thing is most hotels like are dealing with that on a daily basis, so they can be the ones to tell you where to get a COVID test. So I would always recommend to ask your hotel receptionist if you're not entirely certain, and they'll be able to help you get a taxi, help you find a place. I'm just going to pick up my results. It's about 24 hours. And I paid $75 here in Basra for my test. So definitely one of the most expensive ones I've had in a while, but you know, that's the pain of traveling right now. All right, we found a guy here who's gonna be our man for the taxi ride, eh? Salam alaikum. We just got in a cab here trying out Google Translate. We just took off with my phone. I put in Google Translate, I want to stop first at the hospital and then to the airport. So he's asking someone to show him. So I guess we'll find out if we make it. Mission? Perfect. All right, looks like we worked it out. We're heading over to the hospital first, then the airport. So we'll see how successful the translation was. Meshal Hal? Perfect. Mac, what's your name? Ana Faisal, nice to meet you. Yeah, it's a pretty warm morning over here in Basra for the last and final day. And it's actually almost November time, so it goes to show you it stays pretty warm here most of the year. All right, we have successfully made it, making a quick pit stop over here to pick up the COVID test, so hopefully it's ready. Originally they said 1 p.m., so we'll see if that's actually the case. Assalamu alaikum. Their machines are down, so they can't even give me the COVID test for 2 hours. My flight's at like 1, but he's like, oh, you're fine. But I'm like, dude, obviously it's not his fault, but it's just like, this goes to show you, if you can get it more than 24 hours in advance, definitely do it. Now I gotta find my driver, convince him to break a 25,000, and then after that we'll do it. Which literally screws everything up, because now I only have a 25, gotta break that. And hello. Assalamu alaikum. No change. Sorry. Just 2. Shukran. I feel bad because the poor guy, it only cost us like 1,000 or just over 1,000, and I had to have him break the 25. So we'll pay our guy and we'll call it a day from here. So shukran habibi. It's truly a great adventure. Just getting stuck here, and hopefully we make it. We'll see if 2 hours is the reality. The bummer was I was going to use today as a work day, and unfortunately now that I'm kind of like stuck here, well, I guess we got an outlet here. Could probably make the most of it. We get a little work done here in the COVID lab, but well guys, that's the fun of traveling. Things always happen for a reason, so I guess, you know, when you give yourself a little bit of extra time in the morning to head to the airport to get there early, these are the reasons. So you arrive to find out that you're going to be sitting in a random place for a couple hours. But that is how it works. They got the AC blasting in here on one hand, which is great when you walk in. It's a quick cool down from how hot it is outside. But on the other hand, I'm like, whew, it is so cold in here, I'm going to catch a sickness from that. Because it's like probably like a 15 Celsius degree difference in here. So it's funny though, this morning I wasn't actually going to do any filming, any recording. And then I was like, you know what? The last step to the airport, something could go wrong. I might as well film it. So as always, I get to share with you guys the realities of traveling in 2021 during a pandemic. And you can't always expect your COVID test results are gonna arrive right on time. So inshallah they will. Ah, shukran, shukran. This is all? Yeah? Shukran. So luckily, 20 minutes, 2 hours turned into 20 minutes. Let's see if we can score ourselves a taxi here too, hopefully. All right, luckily, there's a lot of cabs that are coming in and out of this place, so toss the bags, oh, right up in here, and airport. Motor. Hey, yalla, motor. Hey. All right, luckily we were able to get picked up from this spot real quick here. Nice guys taking us over to the motor, and I think it's like a 20 or 30 minute drive because the hotel told me it's going to be about 20,000 to get over there. Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam. La sawarni.
What's your name?
Ode.
Ode. Mac. Nice to meet you. So he's going to be the nice guy who's taking me to the airport. Guys, I think it's going to work, but knock on wood. You never know when something else can go wrong. But that's luckily a good sign that I was able to get my COVID test printed out. I don't know what happened, if his system just randomly came back online. Maybe he was told by his IT team it was going to be 2 hours, and then all of a sudden it was 20 minutes. But whatever the reason, I'm just happy to have this thing printed out and ready to go because I can't wait to head to Lebanon today. And I was getting pretty sad if I was not going to be able to make it. So, and it was going to be expensive. Oh my God, guys, I was wondering how I got so dusty. But I don't know if you saw my other videos. Not too many people wear seatbelts here in Iraq. And I was like, how did I get the dust all over me? And it must be because this seatbelt's worn so infrequently that it's covered in dust. Wow, I am like actually like blown away by that. That's proof that seatbelts are not really worn here. As you can see here, we've got quite a bit of morning Basra traffic here. It almost reminds me of Baghdad with just basically a car in every single direction, horns honking. Luckily not as bad as Baghdad. One of the days in Baghdad, we were cruising through the streets and it was probably like an hour to go what would normally take like 3 or 4 minutes of driving. It was crazy. Like, I would have walked most of it, or Luke and I would have walked most of it, but since we had all of our suitcases with us, we just like stayed in the car. But it's like, at least here, you can see the streets open up pretty quick, and hopefully it'll stay like that on our whole way to the airport. Actually, it's probably quite good that the COVID test arrived when it did, because looking at the map here, after already being in the car for about 10 minutes, we're still about 26 minutes away from the airport, about like 15 or so kilometers. So it's like, you know, some of these airports, like some of these airports that I've been out here in the Middle East, you can end up waiting a long time to go through the whole check-in process, the security process. Luckily, I'm not checking a bag, and I've already checked in online. But also, some of these airports might actually make you print out your boarding pass there. So if I have it on my phone, it may not work. So the fact that I got my COVID test now and then still have another 30-minute drive, that's going to get me to the airport around 11 a.m., which gives me a fair amount of time. So I think the flight boards at 1, so 2 hours before. I should have no problem. But like, that's what I'm saying though. If it would have been any longer that I waited for the COVID test, that's when I could have ran into a serious issue. As you guys can kind of see from here, you know, the further you get away from city centers, that's usually when you're going to see a bit more of, you know, unfortunately some of the poverty, you know, a bit more of the, I guess you could call them slums out here. A little bit further in the distance, and right there as well, we're crossing over some train tracks, and there's quite a few different types of flags I see waving in the air. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely certain what each one means, so you know, you're more than welcome to comment below if you know. But actually, Basra is really close to the Iranian border. I think we're only at maybe 25 kilometers or so. Yeah, we're starting to make good progress towards the airport. And it's interesting to see this place though during the day, because the only time I drove quite a distance through here was in the middle of the night when we came from the train station. The train station was definitely not as far away from the city center as the airport is. So I think we're actually getting quite close to the airport now. I will say thank goodness for the AC in the car though right now, because it is toasty outside, and this keeps us a little cooler as we're cruising through here, because we're still in the middle of the desert, I'll tell you that. All right, looks like we're heading in the right direction. That's Basra International Airport, or Motar as they say. Actually, since we're going through checkpoints right now, I'm gonna go ahead and put this away. I don't want to be stopped and questioned on my last like 2 hours here, so we'll see you on the other side. So interestingly enough, when you take a taxi here, you take an airport taxi over to the main airport. So we're going, this is our guy right here, yeah?
Hi, man.
Yalla, how we doing?
You're welcome.
كيفك؟
I'm fine.
ماشي الحال؟ شكرا. What a process. It's one taxi then the next. Paid the guy $25,000 to get here. Just because I'm honestly just getting rid of my Iraqi dinar at this point. But I guess, I wonder if we're riding with other passengers here, if we're going El Solo. So guys, a funny point here I gotta add into, since I put my GoPro away, is as soon as you get dropped off at the airport, you're dropped off in like this civil drop-off area, and then they actually have specified taxis. And the guys did tell me it was $30,000, but I'm looking at the receipt and it's $20,000. So they were gonna make a couple extra bucks off me, weren't you? But hey, you can't blame them. Everyone's gotta eat, right? But yeah, so luckily they were able to take about 19,000 that I had, and out of what they quoted was 30,000, but the actual necessity, the actual amount you should be paying is 20,000 from here, I guess. And then how long is the drive from here? How many minutes to drive?
How many minutes? 5.
5 minutes. Oh, so they're making good cash then. Oh, wow. Well, that's nice money then. So 20,000. That's 14 US dollars to go 5 minutes away once you're already in the airport. So nice part is we're in AC, nice air conditioned weather with my good friend here that we met.
Thank you.
He's from Basra, nice guy. And
Basra's where?
Basra?
Basra's where?
Basra's way.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a nice place, eh? Well done.
Nice.
Well, we're going through security checkpoints, guys, so I'm gonna put the camera away now before they arrest me. I will tell you, the nice part about the airports in everywhere I've been in, both Kurdistan as well as Iraq proper, the airport security is impeccable. Basically, you go through multiple checkpoints just to even get close to the airports, and they check your passport, they check your boarding pass, and that's probably one of the reasons why they have these specific taxis. Oh, we're going through another checkpoint, so yeah, that's how many checkpoints they have. And as I was saying, guys, where I got cut off there is, yeah, the airports here, you feel very secure. We just went through, took a little 5-minute break there from filming. We went through another security checkpoint where they check your luggage, and then we're still driving. So before we even get close to the airport, we have already gone through multiple checkpoints. They've checked my luggage, checked my passport, and we still have probably another 2 or 3 minute drive because I can't even see the airport from where I'm looking at right now. And so it makes sense why it costs our guy $20,000 to bring us, because he's got to stop and wait for us at each checkpoint. It's a lot of work over here, but I'm happy with the security. I love coming to airports where they take care of security. All right, guys, this place is looking much more like an airport than where the first taxi dropped me off. It seemed like the first taxi had never been to the airport. He didn't know where to bring me. He had to ask people. And now we're pulling up to Basra International Airport. It looks quite nice. A very modern look to it, but I'm gonna put the camera away, otherwise people are gonna be asking questions. So here we go. This is Basra International Airport. We got the departure spots. There must not be that many flights that fly from here because it's a relatively small airport overall. But that's good. That means it'll probably be quick for me to hop right in there. So we're here in the Basra International Airport. Pretty quiet here today. It doesn't seem like there's too many flights from this area, so it should make for a quick process to get through security. All right, so we made it into the airport here. As you can see, it's a small little place here and quite old school. Got the wood trim all around, and it probably took me only 25 minutes to go through the entire process. But geez, I probably went to like security, like bag checks, like probably 4 or 5 times just to get in here. So that was crazy. Lost the cologne on the way through. So even if it's 3.3 ounces, they still don't let you. So I gifted the security guards. I said, you can enjoy the cologne because I'm not checking my bag. So yeah, now it's time to head on over to Beirut. One piece of advice, if you're taking Middle Eastern Airlines, make sure you go to the checkout counter. I did an online check-in. I didn't have any bags to check. So I basically just went straight. I went straight over to, hold on, it's kind of loud here. I went straight to departure, showed one of the guys my boarding pass that was on my phone, and he was cool with it. And then when I got to the actual gate, they had to run up a boarding pass because when I scanned my digital one, they were like, this one doesn't work. So just FYI, if you're flying out of Basra International Airport, make sure you stop at the ticket counter, even if you don't have to check any bags. Well, good news is I made it on the flight, but it was a close one. I didn't get it on video, but I had to run after the bus because I went down the wrong, when I was actually doing that last update, I went down the wrong pathway, and then I got back up as the security, and they're like, the other one, so I ran down and the bus drove away, so I'm flagging them down. They came back and got me, so y'all are Lebanon. guys, after a quick flight from Basra, Iraq, I have now made it to Beirut. It feels good to be back here after it's been a solid month since I was here last. So I've got our man here driving me into Beirut. Merci, Khaye. Good to be here in Lebanon. And that's what we're driving into. I've actually never flown into Beirut during the day, so this is actually like a new drive for me to see this place during the day from the airport, so it's cool. And no cell signal at the moment, so we're gonna see if we can find our way over to Beirut Digital District. But I hope you guys enjoyed coming on my journey traveling from Basra today, going through quite a few hoops to getting over to Beirut after just a short 2-hour flight. So as always guys, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And if you wanna see more videos all around the world, hit that subscribe button below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.